Hey everyone, we have some really exciting news to share with you today. This giveaway, we've partnered with Make-A-Wish to help create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. A portion of the proceeds from every single order during this giveaway will go back to Make-A-Wish.
You don't even have to make a purchase. You can go over to our website and donate directly. For every $1 you donate, you'll get 2 entries to win.
We're here in Phoenix, Arizona at the Make-A-Wish headquarters. We're gonna meet their team and hear how the funds you raised will have an impact. Let's go talk to the team.
Well, welcome to Make-A-Wish. You are in Phoenix, Arizona, and we're here headquartered on purpose in Phoenix because the first wish was in April of 1980 right here in Phoenix. So you look around, it's a very cool building. If you can shoot up to the top, you can see our kind of whimsical, colorful rainbow light. And we have 200 employees who work here. And we have about 1,200 employees across the country in 59 separate chapters across the 50 states. And about 30,000 volunteers who support us. So it's one of those organizations where the workers set up the opportunity for wishes to be granted, but the people out in the field grant the wishes. It's really special. A lot of people don't know the Make-A-Wish story. And the story, as I said, started in 1980 with this young boy named Chris. And I'll tell you, in 1980, and all the way for the first maybe 10 years, Make-A-Wish was a charity for children's last wishes. It really was for children who had some circumstance that would cause them not to finish their childhood. And people wanted to gather around and make their life better. Somewhere in the 90s, it changed over to become a charity for children with critical illnesses. Notwithstanding whether they're fatal or not, but a chance to celebrate the opportunity of hope in a child's journey as they get diagnosed. Some kids are diagnosed from birth with something, some are diagnosed later in their childhood. Either way, the minute that happens, their childhood is stolen from them. So Make-A-Wish puts that childhood back by giving them this wish and all that goes around with it. So in the last 30 years, we've been a charity for children with critical illnesses, not just children who have a fatal situation. And no matter what their circumstance, the child, anytime while they're children and long after, will tell you that the most important part of their journey from the minute they were sick was the wish. In and above the medicine, all brought by these amazing physicians. But as I said earlier, the very leukemia that Chris had, thanks to modern medicine, is 90% survivable today, and it was 20% back then. So we have a different situation now because kids have different kinds of maladies, and to be a Make-A-Wish kid, you have to be referred by a physician, so you have to have a certain kind of situation that causes us to jump into the game and be part of the mission.
I think that's great to know because I think the common, at least from my understanding, was it is more of a final wish.
Yeah, it's not. And by the way, hope springs eternal. We're all about hope.
Right.
So 100% we believe are survivable the moment they get their wish.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are and sometimes they're not. But it's remarkable because what happens is the people who become the Make-A-Wish community, like anything else, you guys, the givers get more than you could ever imagine because they get to see this child and then the child's family, the caregivers, the community, and everybody celebrates this child and gets behind the beauty of people just gathering together to help somebody.
I think that's a good thing for all of our customers is you're getting a chance to win the truck, but you're giving a lot more anytime that you make a donation during this giveaway period.
You're right, Josh. In fact, you won't even necessarily know how many kids you'll touch. And you don't have to meet each of the kids, but you just know it in your heart that you did something that made a difference. So in 1993, the organization became international. So today, besides having a national system of 59 chapters, we have 39 countries plus America around the world that grant wishes to kids. So it's that special, and it's the world's greatest wish granting organization. There are other organizations that do things like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're terrific, but not the level and the quality that we do. We ask people how they can help, and there's really 4 ways. One is to volunteer. As I said, 30,000 people somehow get together. You can be a volunteer. A kid may want to be a movie star, and we set them up at Paramount Studios in LA, and we need 25 people to be the paparazzi, holding cameras and rolling out the red carpet. And there you are, you can do that. That's amazing. Or you can be the person that they want to meet.
Right.
Kids want to meet someone, go somewhere, be somebody, you know, like an astronaut or something like that. And the newest generation of kids want to give back. It's crazy. You can donate, which we would love the most because that gives us the direct access to grant the wishes. We're not a public entity. We're not a government funded. We don't get $1 from anybody. It's all private funds. So some people think that it comes from other places, and it just doesn't. It comes from people like you and me who say, I want my life to stand for something, and I want it to be these kids that I may or may not ever meet.
Right.
Fundraise, help us get other folks to support us, and then sponsor us. And that, my friend, is what you guys are doing. So I thank you for that. And then we celebrate our supporters. And this building has meeting rooms. They're named after Southwest Airlines and WWE. We have a huge relationship with WWE and the Superstars.
Yeah.
So COVID has really crushed the near-term ability for us to grant wishes. Let's do the math. 16,000 wishes a year in America. 16,000, wow. Right? And of those 16,000, 90%, 90%, are either air flight to get to the place they want to go and or to a destination with large gatherings. So we're still granting wishes, but we're changing the way we operate, and we're going to get better at things that weren't travel related, because now we're learning how to do camper wishes, playhouses, special ramps in the homes, things that give kids something to have as opposed to somewhere to go. And once COVID's over, Josh, Scott, we're going to be so much better than we were before, because we're honing skills in areas we didn't before.
Yep.
So we'll be fine, but we need all the support we can get, because it's a tough time right now.
I'm so excited.
Cool, right?
This is...
You picked a really good charity.
Well, we feel incredibly, like Sasha said, we feel incredibly grateful that you guys picked up the phone call, that we are able to make this partnership. And this is from our customers. We always throw out who they want to partner with.
I know that.
And you guys have been at the top of the list. So
I appreciate that, and these kids appreciate it too, and they don't always have a voice, so we're their voice through them. We came up with the phrase, hope is essential. Essential became a word after COVID, right? And we decided that, we're not feeding people. It's not food insecurity, like thank God for feeding America. We're not that. We're not helping people get their job at a time like this. I'd love to, but that's not our role. But we are instituting hope in a world that needs it more than it's needed ever. And so we consider ourselves essential in a different sort of way. We have shirts that say hope is essential, and we talk about it all the time.
Love it.
So people watching this video can appreciate the fact that we have a role in the lives of everybody, not just the child. It's the community of hope that's creating this environment. It's a lot more than one kid at a time. It's a whole set of people every time. Pretty cool. Yeah.
We raised $1 million for Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
How many tangible wishes is that going to impact?
That's going to be 200 wishes. That's 200 kids. And so the average cost of a wish, on average, can be $5,000 because of either the travel or the production cost. Some are simple, some are more complicated. But that would give us a chance to change that many kids' lives. But then you're changing the physician, the family. Let's get this. You are a sibling who's a Make-A-Wish child, and you have 3 brothers and sisters. I've been to many cases where in my 2 years, I've gone to some wishes and some wish reveals. I've been to Disneyland when we've done special things for them. Invariably, an older sibling will walk up to me, say, come here, Mr. Old Man. I just want you to know, thanks for what you're doing for my brother or my sister. But I also want you to know this is the first time since they were diagnosed that my family's been a family. This is the first time we all got to get away together and be normal, and not think about all the treatments and all the protocols and all the therapies. Look over there, my mom and look how happy they are right now. We're just a family. And here's these older kids thanking us for bringing the family back together, not just the kid getting a wish because their childhood was taken from them. I mean, it's amazing stuff, you guys. Believe it or not, my past job, I was a banker, and I was surprised to find out how many people with lots of wealth still had not decided what they wanted to stand for, even later in their life. And I'm telling you this story because people are still looking for ways to stand for something more than the life they lived as a family member or as a worker. And this is that next thing to say, I can make a difference in the lives of endless numbers of people by giving something that I have, time or talent, support, advocacy, and it lives on forever, well beyond my own life. And so we have an amazing way, kind of a pay it forward sense. There's also an unspoken philosophy, by the grace of God, there go I. That if I'm not having to deal with this with my family, I want to help somebody who is, because it could have been anyone, and I want to help them. Right. So there's a lot of true charity in the sense of the word, where people are selfless in how they feel about this. And children, in America, children are the #1 favored philanthropy for people. They just always are, and they probably always will be.
We have set the donation goal for $1 million for this giveaway. We are so excited to see how you all step up, support this great cause. Today was amazing.
I'm inspired.
Absolutely incredible what Make-A-Wish is doing, how we're going to be able to help them and partner with them. This is what it's all about. We love you guys.